You know, for all the talk about alternative fuels, this gasoline stuff doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. It powers something like 90% of the vehicles on the road today, and with pretty good reason. Without the hassle of things like range anxiety or long charging times in full electric vehicles, or a lack of infrastructure for hydrogen cars, gasoline may not be the most efficient fuel source, but it's still the most convenient. And until that changes, there's a sweet spot with cars like the 2017 Toyota Prius Prime, a plug-in hybrid that leans on the best of both worlds for an efficient ride that leaves range anxiety at the curb. If you're a little confused by the Prius Prime's name, you're not alone. Toyota says it went with Prime because Prime means best. I think it's a little unclear. I mean, this thing is little more than a replacement for the last generation Prius plug-in hybrid. And I don't know why Toyota didn't go with a name that just made more sense, like, I don't know, plug-in hybrid? But anyways, this is a replacement for the last version of the Prius plug-in hybrid. That means it runs the same 1.8-liter four-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine found in the standard Prius, with the added bonus of an electric motor and an 8.8 kilowatt battery pack that's good for about 25 miles of all-electric driving. The electric drive system actually has two motors in it, one for generating energy for the battery and the other one for driving the wheels. But in a Toyota First, it features a lockup clutch that can use both motors to send power to the wheels. With 25 miles of range on the battery, the Prius Prime is good for more than twice the electric driving range of the last version of the Prius plug-in hybrid. It's nowhere near anything that a pure electric vehicle could do, but that's still pretty impressive and will cover the average commute for about 50% of drivers on the road. Toyota says if those drivers had access to charging stations at work, it would work for about 80% of drivers. Once all the juice is drained out of the Prime's battery pack, it switches to more of a traditional hybrid drive, mixing between electric and gasoline propulsion for a total driving range of about 640 miles. The battery can be fully charged in about 5.5 hours using a standard household outlet, or about 2 hours if you head to a dedicated charging station. The car also has a fistful of driving modes that you can use to maximize efficiency or add a little bit of power if you need it. The drive modes like Normal, Eco, and Power are going to tailor the hybrid system for maximized efficiency or power. Normal mode is the default, and that's going to use a blend of both, kind of for your casual drives. Eco is for you hypermilers out there who want to squeeze every single last bit of fuel economy you can out of both the battery and the gas. And then of course there's Power mode, but don't let the name fool you. That's not power as in performance, but more power as in, hey, I gotta pass somebody on the highway and I'm driving a hybrid. So how does it drive? In a word, smooth. If you've driven a hybrid before, you'll know the feeling. The low center of gravity created by the battery pack means it's going to float over bumps. You can definitely feel that extra weight of the battery running along the bottom of the car. But it doesn't feel like your grandfather's luxury sedan. I mean, it definitely has some engagement to it. It's a pretty rigid chassis, so when you're going through a corner, it doesn't feel like the weight wants to pull you off the road. It definitely hugs the road better than most hybrids and better than the last Prius. It's also incredibly quiet. Even when you've run out of juice in the battery and the engine kicks on, you can hardly hear it, with more wind noise and tire noise than anything else. Don't expect to win any races in the Prime, even in power mode, but it does have some pep to it, especially in EV mode with that on-demand torque that makes the car feel a little faster than it actually is. Runs to 60 miles an hour take about 10 seconds, which isn't going to impress anyone, but that's not what this car is about. It's about efficiency. We've been driving it all day here in Ojai, California, and we're averaging almost 55 miles per gallon. I mean, this thing's good at being an efficient hybrid car, and that's what it's all about. And Toyota's pretty damn good at building efficient hybrid cars. And this proves that Toyota still has the magic touch of building great hybrid gas-electric vehicles. The Prime looks a lot like the standard Prius that was introduced earlier this year, with a few pretty significant differences. New front and rear fascias that feature LED lighting, a new dual-wave rear glass design, carbon fiber reinforced polymer hatch, and a patterned acrylic grille overlay. The car is also about 4.2 inches longer than the standard Prius to accommodate the larger battery pack. Inside, standard features include heated seats, navigation, and a backup camera. Advanced models, like the one we're driving, include a massive 11.6-inch infotainment screen that looks like an iPad's been glued to the center stack. It also features a suite of advanced safety systems, including a pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, lane departure warning, automatic high beams, and radar cruise control. Okay, so the Toyota Prius Prime isn't the most efficient vehicle on the road, but it's not a pure electric or hydrogen car. But it does offer a decent amount of electric driving and an impressive combined driving range in a package that is both comfortable and convenient. And until these alternative fuels become a reality, the Prius Prime is a great compromise when it comes to efficiency and affordability.